It's a very good morning, and welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. It's all the Chelsea fans' tears here because we humbled them yesterday. We humbled a Chelsea side that I thought were incredibly average, bar Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling was head and shoulders above any Chelsea player on that pitch, and apart from him, I thought they looked mid-table and an average football team, which did shock me after a pretty good performance last weekend. We gave Chelsea countless opportunities to get themselves back in and grab that game and win it. You know, we had a man sent off, we gave him a penalty, but still they failed to capitalise on the chances we gave them ourselves, and they were just really, really poor. And in the end, it cost them, and they got humbled. They got completely humbled by a West Ham side that has been low on confidence, but has now had a big boost from yesterday's win, and I'm absolutely buzzing for it as well. Every single one of them players put a huge shift in there yesterday. If you had any doubts that those players aren't playing for the team, aren't playing for the club, aren't playing for Moyes, they were completely cancelled out because those players did not stop running. And that was an incredibly hard last 20 minutes. With the 6 minutes added time as well, before we got that penalty, we were being, lobbed from left to right. We were camped in our own half, and yeah, that was our own doing because we did sit back. But that's what we're going to do, I'm afraid. And if people haven't realised that, then they need to realise it. We are going to be on the more defensive side if we get a goal on the board to protect that lead and hopefully protect that 3 points. And that is in the end what we did today. It wasn't in an orthodox fashion, of course, after we took the lead with the James Ward-Prowse effect that took just 6 minutes for Naya Fagerd to get his head on it and for West Ham to take the lead. We did then sit back, and Carney Chukwuemeka levelled things up and cancelled that goal out for Chelsea midway through the first half. And then they had a penalty with an awful challenge from Thomas Souček right on the edge of the box, given a penalty, and Alphonse Areola finally saves the penalty in a West Ham shirt, and it stayed level heading into the half-time break. And then something that we just don't see very often, something out of the ordinary, a superb bullet from Michail Antonio. It was a really nice, cute through ball from James Ward-Prowse through to Antonio, and he gets it out of his feet. He didn't, all credit to Antonio, he usually gets the ball stuck in his feet and can't get a shot off. It was perfectly timed pass from James Ward-Prowse, and he got it out of his feet, Antonio, and just banged it into that corner. A little touch from Sanchez that helped it on its way into the corner, and it was a superb finish, which should hopefully do Antonio the absolute world of good there. Fair play to him, because he gets a hell of a lot of criticism, and I'm one of his biggest fans of the West Ham shirt. I think he's so critical to the way we play and the way we want to play, the philosophy that Moyes is trying to instill in this side. Michail Antonio has to be a part of it, in my opinion, and hopefully that can give him the confidence to push on and be a more prolific goal scorer this season. Scoring in the first couple of games should do him the world of good. And then a girl gets sent off for what is a stupid change. I just had a feeling one of our players was going to get sent off. Emerson, Paqueta, Agerd, they're all on yellow cards for, and were pushing the boundaries, let's say. And it was a idiotic, stupid, no need challenge, diving in, completely missed the ball, took the man out. The easiest decision the referee will make all season. Second yellow card, and off went Naya Fagerd on the 66th minute or something, leaving us with 30 minutes plus with injury time left to defend our lead. With 10 men. And to be fair, if we're being honest, it didn't really make too much difference. We brought Bonner on. We had to sacrifice Saeed Benrahma, who was not good again, unfortunately, may I say. We had to sacrifice him, and it didn't make too much difference because Chelsea didn't capitalise on it. Chelsea didn't push us to our limits, didn't bring superb saves out of Alphonse Areola. They had the ball, don't get me wrong, they had the majority of possession, but most sides will against us this year because we're going to play the low block, let them have the ball and get you on the counter-attack, which worked an absolute dream today. If Moyes could have planned out a game, barring giving them a penalty and a girl getting sent off, he wouldn't have planned it any better if he tried. Get a goal early, maybe concede one, a brilliant counter-attacking goal, and then finish things off with a penalty in the last minute of the game. It's Moyes' perfect fantasy for a football match, isn't it? He's absolutely loving it, David Moyes. And the resilience, determination showed by that whole team in the last half an hour push through to the end. And that element of professionalism as well from the likes of Emerson and Paqueta, just showing their experience towards the end, playing the ball down into that corner, wasting a bit of time. We, in that last 10 minutes with the injury time, we wasted a good 2 or 3 minutes just by being a little bit smart about it, just by thinking about it a bit more, doing what the big six clubs would do and get the ball and drive it into the corner, win some free kicks, waste some time down in Chelsea's half, keep the ball away from our goal for as much time as possible in the closing stages. And that's exactly what we did. And they didn't really pull too many big saves out of Areola, did they? Just that one save that he just tipped onto the post and wide from which came off of a deflection. That's the only real one I can recollect apart from the penalty save. So really they had all the possession, but they didn't really do anything with it. They looked incredibly average going forward with no real final third threat to really worry David Moyes, to worry the defence and to worry Alphonse Areola between the sticks. So overall, Moyes couldn't have really planned it any better apart from the red card and the penalty, if we're being honest. And to finish things off in style with a Lucas Paqueta no-look penalty as well. He hit it and looked the other way. It's a difficult one with Paqueta, isn't it? Because we don't know what's going on. We don't know whether he's guilty or not guilty. We have not got a clue. We're just guessing if we give a sort of, if we give an overview or give an opinion on it. So he had a point to prove today. He did some silly things, some things that I don't like, a couple of dives and a couple of just unnecessary acts that he didn't need to do. Don't get me wrong. Yes, that did happen. But, I did clap the lad and, nod my head when he scored that penalty because I think he deserves it. And he's been incredibly professional through this sort of Man City transfer saga that's been going on over the last week. He hasn't down tools at all. And that's a player that looks settled at West Ham. It's widely reported that his wife and his family are settled in London, where they are currently. All you've got to do is look at his wife's Instagram, and they look happy. And it was an outburst of emotional joy from Lucas Paqueta for what he's had to listen to, what he's had to read, and what he's had to mentally and emotionally go through over the last week because of the betting sort of accusations that have been put onto his name, put on his head. And he let out a massive roar when he scored, did the irons, and then just did a little dance to finish things off. And I went, fair play to him, because I don't think he had the best of games as well, which probably didn't help his mood with a couple of tackles and a couple of little acts that he did that I didn't like. I'm going to be honest. I didn't like a few things that he did do. I thought were a bit silly, but I think he deserved just to have that little moment to give a good outburst of joy, to let everything out, and to show the fans that he's still here, he's still a West Ham player, and he doesn't have any plans of leaving anytime soon now that the City interest has gone. So yeah, I was really, really happy to see that from Paqueta. Really pleased for him, and hopefully this whole betting scandal can be sorted, and hopefully he's not guilty, and hopefully he can continue playing in a West Ham shirt for however long he wants to, and however long his career goes on for at West Ham. And but overall, just my overriding thoughts: Chelsea were poor. Sterling was the only shining light for Chelsea. The amount of chances that we gave them with players sending off and penalties, I was just astounded how poor. I was really astounded how poor Chelsea were, and I couldn't quite believe my luck when the full-time whistle went, because Chelsea were that poor. So you can only play what's in front of you, and I think Chelsea are a long way off where they want to be and where they need to be at this moment in time. They were humbled at the London Stadium, and I'm buzzing to have a smile on my face this morning after that yesterday, and for a Gerd, it's not great, is it? Now a one-match ban. But Mavropanos was there, the centre-half, with the Greek centre-half we're signing. He was there in attendance in the crowd alongside Tim Steiden. So that deal is done now. Otherwise, he wouldn't be watching one of our games, would he? So that deal was all done, barring any major last-minute issues with his contract or medical or whatever. That deal should be announced, fingers crossed, today or tomorrow. So that's good to see, and hopefully hopefully Noah can get back in a couple of weeks' time and get back to his best and get back to doing what he does best in a West Ham shirt. That is for sure. Chelsea really poor. West Ham resilient, very resilient, determined to get that job done in the end, and that's exactly what we did. And that's all we asked for as West Ham fans, to put in 110%, to leave everything out on that pitch, and to get the result at the end of it as well. The hard work was applauded, yesterday, and a gritty 3 points that we probably didn't deserve, but we are 100% going to take in the grand scheme of things, looking ahead at our fixture list in the coming days. In the coming weeks. So, yeah, very, very good. We move on to Brighton next Saturday on Saturday evening, 5:30 kickoff, of course, down at the Amex Stadium. We know historically we do not do well there, but we've got a bit of confidence now to go down there and hopefully give it our all and maybe nick a point or two or three even off of that Brighton side. Thank you very much for watching from me. Come on, you Irons. Just sold my car to Lucas Paquetá. Just remember, Moises Caicedo cost £115 million. He came on his Chelsea debut and he gave away a penalty. It's just funny, isn't it? It's just funny. Thanks for watching from me. I will see you soon right here on West Ham Official. Thank you very much. A resilient Hammers did in the end fend off Chelsea, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.